Welcome to For Your Success with Katie Hornor, an inspiring program about overcoming the I'm too small mindset, redefining success, and growing your lifestyle business legacy without fear.
Hey, it's Katie. I'm so glad that you're with us today for another episode. I wanted to tell you before we get started, we've just finished creating an amazing resource for you guys. And when I say amazing, I'm talking like multiple pages, checklist, information, all kinds of details on how to create your online course. So I want you to go over right now before you even get started listening to this and go to bloggingsuccessfully.com/course cheat sheet. /course cheat sheet. And that's going to give you our course creation cheat sheet. It's a multiple page download and it's got a ton of information and resources there for you on how to plan your course, how to put it together, how to get it uploaded onto the right platform, and how to promote your course. It's not as robust as our course creation blueprint mini course, but it is absolutely fabulous information and it's all free. So I want you to be sure and get that. So before we jump in here today, if you need to just pause this and go get it, bloggingsuccessfully.com/course cheat sheet. We've put a lot of time and effort and love into that, and we want you not to miss downloading the course creation cheat sheet. All right. So have you guys ever noticed how some people seem to just skyrocket in their career? I mean, all of a sudden, one day they're blogging and the next day they're getting like these big TV opportunities or magazine spreads and TED Talks or 6-figure book deals, right? It's like somehow they're in this elite club that nobody knows how to get into. People line up and pay them big money just to get a small piece of them and their products and programs. How in the world are they getting these opportunities? Is it hard work? Is it talent? Well, yes, it is hard work. It is talent, but those are just parts of it. These people have cracked the authority by courses code. Authority by courses code. They figured out that creating courses gets them these big opportunities that allows them to reach tens of thousands or even millions of people with their message. And deep down, there's a big part of you who wants this too. Not because you're desperate for attention, I know that. Not because you have this supersonic need to feel special, but because you have this deep, almost spiritual responsibility to help a lot of people. You have a unique story and a unique way of helping people that could change so many lives if they just knew who you were. And at the same time, you feel stuck. Maybe you've been saying things to yourself like, oh, I'm not ready for this. I'm embarrassed for people to see my website. I don't even have a website. Or maybe you're saying, I'm not good on camera. Oh, I'm an introvert. Maybe you're hiding behind the fact that you don't feel comfortable in the spotlight. I totally get that, because as a course creation specialist, I have helped people just like you create courses in amazing niches. I have helped people in the tiny house living niche, in the decluttering niche, in the personal finance space, with healthy meal planning, with weight loss, freelance writing, so many more, health specialists, consultants, coaches. The people that I've worked with aren't just big superstars. They're not everyday household names. They're people just like you. They're brand new coaches. They're stay-at-home moms. They're rising stars in the entrepreneurial world. Like Tim, the finance writer who created a course to teach others about his craft. Like Brenda, the downsizing specialist who's a featured speaker now at tiny house festivals all across the country because of her course. What all these people have in common is that none of them felt ready to launch a course, but they all had that burning desire to help more people. The same desire you're probably feeling right now as you listen to this. So in this episode and in the next couple of episodes, I'm going to show you how to crack the authority by courses code to grow your influence in your business. And by the end of this first episode, you'll know why it's more important than ever to get your ideas out to the masses. You're also going to hear me talk about the course creation blueprint and that checklist that I mentioned earlier, and how you can use those things to take a strategic step-by-step approach to getting your course created. You're going to hear my 3-step process to figure out what topic your course should cover. And all of this is going to help you create an amazing course that showcases you as the go-to expert in your industry. It's going to help you achieve those big goals, whatever they are. And by the way, this is going to work for you even if you don't have a fancy website, even if you don't feel like what you do is unusual or not mainstream, and even if there are other well-known people already doing what you want to do. So let's get started. There's lots of ways to get your name out there and grow your authority. So why focus on creating a course? You might be doing things like webinars or Facebook ads, blogging on your website, and maybe you're not. Those are all important things for growing your business, and some people do more than others. I've done those things too. If you've got this big vision for creating a movement that's going to transform people's lives with your message, those things are just not enough. In order for you to reach millions, you're going to have to create that incredible course that transforms your student into a published author, that helps her become the writer for Huffington Post and Forbes, an entrepreneur, that teaches her to manage her money instead of it managing her, that teaches her to find travel at prices that make it affordable and possible for her family to create those amazing memories together. You're going to have to help your students succeed so that they will say, hey, you got to go check her out. She is amazing. And the more people whose lives are changed by your course, the more people they're going to tell. And with more people talking about you, your prospective students are going to hear about it, and they're going to say, wow, she's everywhere. She's really going places. She's helped all these people. I better pay attention to what she's doing. And that's what we want them to say. That's how we want to create this buzz. To become a true influencer in your industry, having a course is one of the most powerful ways to make a big impression and reach millions of people. If creating a course still feels kind of intimidating to you right now, I want you to keep listening, because I'm going to break this down for you step by step. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. I want you to walk away feeling like this is as possible as I know it is, and I'm going to give you step by step to do that. So this process can and will work for you. I know it will, even if you're an introvert like me, or even if you feel nervous putting yourself out there. Many people think that it's hard to create a course. They think that you've got to have certain credentials, you need an advanced degree, you need to have the right connections, you need expensive tools or equipment to get started. Years ago, that may have been the case. Like when my mentor, Jeff Walker, got started, it was a lot more expensive to do these kinds of things. Like having an email list was a huge expense. But today, it's easier than ever to create a high quality course and be able to get it out there to the masses. Today we have online magazines and newspapers and blogs. We've got YouTube channels and podcasts like this one, and more TV channels than anybody could possibly watch in their lifetime. And all these media outlets are more targeted and specific than ever, which means there's tons of free content. But that wealth of information becomes overwhelming for your people. Your student is someone who is looking for you, no matter what your niche. They're looking for your unique voice. You don't need a PhD in child development to talk to someone about parenting, for example. Take Jennifer. She is a stay-at-home mom of 7. She didn't have a degree in teaching. She didn't know anything about technology when she started, but she did have decades of experience as a mother, as a homeschool teacher, raising and educating her children, and lots of wisdom that came from that experience. And after learning with us, she published a training in an online summit on successful homeschool techniques, which helped her grow her email list and become a respected expert to go on and launch a successful online course, something she'd never even pictured for herself before. So let's talk about you. What steps could you take to create that course you've been dreaming of creating? Let me introduce you to my step-by-step system that I've called the Course Creation Blueprint. And I referenced this earlier. And again, if you want to go and get that free checklist, please go over to bloggingsuccessfully.com/course cheat sheet. Okay, bloggingsuccessfully.com/course cheat sheet. And it's going to give you a step-by-step, but let's talk through this. Let's talk about you and the steps you need to create to get that course out there. So one of the mistakes that I see people make is that they either put too much information in there or not enough. They see things like, Katie, I want them to have everything I know about this. Or they'll say, Katie, I don't know what material to include and what to leave out. And they say this right when they're starting their course or when they've got zero experience walking people through their course. So imagine if one of Rachel Ray's producers came knocking on your door right now looking for an expert just like you and said, hey, we would love to have you on our show to talk about this topic. Now, imagine if you showed up and you talked all around that topic, spewing out everything you knew in every direction, right? Your segment is probably not going to ever make it on air. It's too much. It's too overwhelming and not speaking to the one problem they ask you to solve for the viewers. So what you want to be doing is building a course that makes it clear that you are the ultimate expert at what you do. You want to be giving enough information to help your student get the transformation they seek, but without overwhelming them. You've got to start by creating clear goals, clear learning outcomes, clear benchmarks. Then you fill in the in-between gaps and the steps. And once you refined your message, then you're in a better position to help those students finish and succeed with that material. And by the way, if you're wondering what topic to teach, I've created a quick start guide that's going to help you get clarity on your unique message. So that, again, you can go and download that at bloggingsuccessfully.com/course cheat sheet. Okay, you got to be clear about that why. What is the driving reason behind what you do? And when you have that deeper sense of purpose connected to your ideas, your message is going to resonate with more people, including the prospective students and promotional partners you need for your course. And to show you how this works, let me share my story with you, okay? Story time with Katie. When I was in my early 30s, my husband and I went through a crisis. We had been living in Mexico for 5 years already. We'd been doing ministry on a donation-based salary. We were not making ends meet. We knew that if we wanted to stay in Mexico and continue to do what the Lord had called us to do, something had to change financially. So during the next few years, we created what is now the only literature-based homeschool curriculum for the Spanish-speaking world, lemonhouse.com. We also started a blog to support homeschool parents. We wrote books, we created courses, and later we started training bloggers in online business to create their own curriculum and courses and books. And during all of that time, I got introduced to incredible thought leaders, people like Og Mandino, Andy Andrews, Aaron Walker, Michael Hyatt, Jeff Goins, Amy Porterfield, Pat Flynn, Jeff Walker, Marie Forleo. I remember thinking, if they can do it, I can do it. And when I do it, I'm going to teach other people to do it. Because when it comes to the real transformation, whether it's finding your purpose, starting your dream business, healing your health or relationships, people aren't just looking for more information. They're looking for inspiration. They need to know that it is possible, that the freedom they seek and the impact they want to make can happen. People need teachers who embody a powerful message that can help them change their life. And I wanted to be that person that helps these amazing experts and entrepreneurs get their message out there in a bigger way. That's my why for successful online courses. That's my why for blogging successfully. There's nothing more fulfilling to me than making a difference in millions of people's lives by empowering people like you to get out there with your work and your message. But let's turn it back to you now. What is it that you want to do? Maybe there was a life challenge that you overcame, like anxiety or depression or lack of purpose, and you want to help other people overcome that too. Maybe you freed yourself from an unhealthy relationship. Maybe you have a unique form of art to share with the world. Maybe you just know that you could impact people in a big way with your specific experiences, knowledge, and expertise. Whatever it is, I know there are lots of people out there who need that thing that comes so easy to you. It's often that thing that fills you with a sense of purpose. And knowing your why is also important when developing your expert topic for your course. Because before you can create your course, you've got to be clear on what you want to be known for and what specific outcome your students are going to achieve. That way, the students you attract will be the perfect candidates to help you reach those goals. So let's use my successful online courses student, Cynthia, for an example. Cynthia is a certified professional organizer. So as you can imagine, there are hundreds of organizing and house cleaning topics that she could be known for. However, she wants to be known as an organizer who helps work-at-home entrepreneurs get their home office organized so they can be better focused and more productive in their work hours. So to figure out your own topics, I want you to ask yourself these 3 questions. And if you're driving when you're listening to this, or if you're washing dishes, whatever, just come back to this and write it down later, okay? Or go to the show notes and get it from there. But listen to those 3 questions and ask yourself these questions to help you figure out your topic. Number 1, is this topic specific? For instance, if Cynthia had stopped at home organization, it would be too general. How does she help entrepreneurs? One way is through clearing visual clutter. So that's pretty good specific expert topic, right? Clearing visual clutter. The second question is, are you passionate about this? Is this something that you can't help but talk about and share with people? So in Cynthia's case, she's helped hundreds of people in real life organize and declutter their workspaces in their home offices. It's definitely something that she's passionate about. The third question is there widespread interest on the topic? In Cynthia's case, again, people ask her about organizing all the time. They want to know how to best arrange their furniture in their office space. They ask her, what do I do with all the paper stuff? How do I set up a recording corner in my office? And since Cynthia's topic of office organization passes all 3 of those tests, it's the perfect expert topic for her. So she decided to really own this topic, and her services and her course it makes her one of the most sought after organizers in her area of Texas. So her client Courtney shared this testimony about her online. She said, Cynthia is not only an exceptional organizer, she's also non-judgmental, which is a huge plus when dealing with other people and their beloved possessions. So this is what happens when you embrace your expert topics. Follow the blueprint, follow the course creation cheat sheet, and begin sharing your expertise with those who desperately need it. With each step, the influences and opportunities that you dreamed about can now become a reality. If you're ready to get started, I want you to make sure that you go back and download that free cheat sheet, the free course creation cheat sheet, okay? It's a quick start guide, but it's meaty. It's got a lot in there for you. It's going to help you get clarity on that unique message for your course topic, and it's going to lay out those steps for you to get started with your course. So again, bloggingsuccessfully.com/course cheat sheet to grab that free gift for you. Now, this is just the first step in getting your message out there to the people who need it the most. In the next episode, I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how to capture your students' attention with 3 marketing insider secrets. But for right now, I have a question for you. I want to know what drives you to get your message and your work out there in a bigger way. What is your why? I want you to come back to the comments on our show notes page and leave me a comment. What drives you to get your message and your work out there in a big way? What's your why? I can't wait to hear from you. And if you know somebody who could benefit from this podcast, we would love to have you share it with them. You can share it. We're on iTunes. We're on Stitcher. We're on almost everywhere that you can find a podcast. please share this with them if it's been helpful to you. Please leave us a review. Help us climb those charts so that more people can find out how to take these simple steps to get their message out there and transform others with the genius that they have been given. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the For Your Success podcast with Katie Hornor, presented by bloggingsuccessfully.com. For show notes and links to the resources mentioned in today's episode, visit www.foryoursuccesspodcast.com.